He sat by the window like a forgotten piece of furniture, placed there long ago and never moved again. No visitors. No flowers. Not even a proper name on the door, just a crooked, fading tag taped to the wall, as if even that had been an afterthought. I wasn't supposed to notice him. I had come for someone else. A quick visit, polite conversation, and then I would leave like everyone else did. That was the plan. But plans don't always survive the quiet. Because there was something about him. The way his eyes stayed fixed on the hallway, never on the TV, never on the nurses, never even on the window beside him. Just that hallway. Like he was waiting. Not hoping. Waiting. For someone who wasn't coming. "Excuse me," I asked the nurse quietly, keeping my voice low like I was afraid of disturbing something fragile. "Does he have family?" She hesitated. Just for a second. Then she shrugged. "They stopped coming." Stopped. Not passed away. Not moved. Not sick. Just stopped. I don't know why that word stayed with me. Maybe because I had heard it before, in different ways, in different places. Maybe because it sounded too simple for something that felt so heavy. I left that day. But I thought about him the entire night. And the next morning. And the day after that. So I went back. I told myself it was just to check. Just curiosity. Just closure. But when I walked into that same room and saw him in the exact same chair, in the exact same position, staring at that same empty hallway, I knew it wasn't curiosity anymore. "Hi," I said softly, stepping closer this time. "Do you mind if I sit?" No response. Not even a glance. But he didn't tell me to leave either. So I sat. At first, I talked about nothing. The weather. Traffic. A random story about a grocery store cashier who forgot how to count change. Then I talked about everything. My day. My childhood. The way silence sometimes feels louder than noise. He didn't respond. Not once. But when I stood up to leave, something shifted. His fingers moved slightly on the armrest. Just a small movement. But enough. Enough to tell me he knew I had been there. Enough to make me come back. And I did. Again. And again. Every week. Sometimes twice. At first, it was just sitting. Talking into the quiet, filling the space he couldn't, or wouldn't, fill himself. Then I started bringing things. A warm blanket. Fresh fruit. A small radio that played soft music. He never said thank you. But he listened. And slowly, something began to change. It was the second month when it finally happened. I had just finished talking about a random memory when I felt it, his gaze. Not distant this time. Not empty. Focused. On me. His lips parted slightly, and in a voice so faint it almost disappeared before it reached me, he said one word. "Daniel." My heart stopped. Daniel. My husband. I didn't react immediately. I couldn't. My mind was already racing, trying to make sense of something that didn't make sense. Instead, I leaned in slightly. "Daniel," I repeated gently. His eyes stayed on mine, but they weren't fully present. It was like he was searching through something broken, trying to piece together a memory that refused to stay still. "Where is he?" he whispered. The question hit harder than I expected. Not because I didn't have an answer. But because I did. And it wasn't a good one. "He's busy," I said carefully. It wasn't exactly a lie. But it wasn't the truth either. He nodded faintly, like that was enough. Like it always had to be enough. And somehow, that hurt more. "Do you remember anything else?" I asked softly. He frowned slightly, his eyes drifting back toward the window. "Home," he murmured. "Big house, then quiet. His fingers tightened against the armrest. Too quiet. I swallowed. Do you remember your name? He didn't answer. Just shook his head once. Barely. That night, I sat in my car for a long time, my phone in my hand, staring at Daniel's name in my contacts. My thumb hovered over the call button. But I didn't press it. Not yet. Because something inside me wasn't ready. Not until I understood why. Why no one had come back. The fragments came slowly after that. Not in order. Not clearly. Just pieces. A boy running. Always running. Always loud. Daniel, he said once, staring at the ceiling like the memory lived there. Another time, his face tightened. Voices, arguing, he whispered. Then silence. Then a door closing. That one stayed with me. Because I knew that sound too well. One afternoon, I brought a photo album. Not his, mine. Old pictures. Family gatherings. Faces. Moments frozen in time. I flipped through them slowly, letting him look. He didn't react. Not until I reached a picture of Daniel and me. His hand twitched. Then lifted slightly toward the photo. Son, he whispered. My chest tightened. Do you remember him? I asked. He nodded. Slow. Uncertain. But real. And then he looked at me. Really looked this time. Studying my face. Searching. You stayed, he said quietly. I didn't answer. Because I didn't understand why that hurt so much until I realized. No one else had. The first time he said my name, everything changed. Lena, he whispered. I froze. I had never told him. Not once. How do you know that? I asked softly. His eyes didn't leave mine. A long time ago. Something about the way he said it made my chest tighten. Not recent. Not even close. When was the last time you saw him? I asked carefully. His gaze drifted again. Back to that hallway. Always that hallway. Before this place, he said slowly. He said I needed rest. I looked around the room. The blank walls. The empty space. The absence of anything personal. This wasn't rest. This was being put away. Did he visit? I asked. A pause. Then a small shake of his head. No time. No time. The words felt too familiar. And your family? I asked. Anyone else? He looked confused. Then, empty. I had one, he said quietly. I think. I swallowed hard. You did. Silence settled between us. But this time it wasn't empty. It was heavy. Because now I understood something worse than forgetting. He remembered being forgotten. That night, I asked Daniel. Not directly. Not at first. We were sitting at the kitchen table, dinner half finished, the TV humming quietly in the background. Have you visited your dad recently? I asked casually. No, he said, not looking up from his phone. Why? Too quick. Too easy. You used to be close, didn't you? He paused. Just for a second. Then shrugged. Not really. A lie. I had seen the photos. Heard the stories. Fishing trips. Birthdays. Late-night phone calls. That wasn't not really. What happened? I asked. He exhaled, irritated. Why are you asking about him? There it is, I thought. Not sadness. Not regret. Just annoyance. He got difficult, Daniel said. After my mom died. Forgetful. Angry. Couldn't take care of himself. So you put him in a home? We had no choice. We. The word felt strange. Do you visit? I asked quietly. Silence. Then. No. Flat. Like it didn't matter. My chest tightened. He asks about you, I said before I could stop myself. That got his attention. His head snapped up. What? I've been seeing him. The room went still. You shouldn't be doing that, he said coldly. And something inside me shifted. Because that wasn't concern. That was control. He remembers you, I said. That doesn't mean anything, he snapped. He remembers being left alone. For a moment, something flickered in his eyes. Then disappeared. We made the best decision we could. Then tell me what happened, I said. Silence. He looked away. That was all the answer I needed. I'm going to see him tomorrow, I said. No. Sharp. Final. I don't want you involved in this. He's your father. Exactly. And you left him there. His expression hardened. You're crossing a line, Lena. Maybe I was. But something inside me had already stepped over it. Then maybe you should have drawn it somewhere else, I said quietly. The next morning, I went back. Not out of habit. Not out of curiosity. But because now I needed the truth. And I had a feeling he wasn't the only one hiding it. He was awake when I walked in. Sitting upright. Waiting. You came back, he said. Clearer this time. Stronger. I said I would. He studied me for a moment, then reached into the drawer beside his bed. His hand shook slightly as he pulled out a small, worn envelope. Folded at the edges. Carefully kept. Yours, he said. I hesitated. Are you sure? He nodded. I was saving it, for when someone finally came. The words settled heavy in the room. I took it slowly. The paper felt fragile. Like it had been waiting. Just like him. Open it, he whispered. Inside was a photo. And a document. The photo fell first. Daniel. Younger. Smiling. Standing beside his father. Happy. Before everything changed. Then I unfolded the paper. My eyes scanned the lines. Once. Then again. Slower. My grip tightened. Because I understood. This wasn't neglect. It wasn't distance. It wasn't no time. This was something else. Something deliberate. Something planned. I didn't speak on the drive home. Couldn't. The paper stayed in my hand the entire time. Like if I let go, it might stop being real. Daniel was in the living room when I walked in. Same place. Same posture. Like nothing had changed. But everything had. You went again, he said. Yes. I stepped forward and placed the document on the table in front of him. You forgot something. He frowned. Looked down. And then? It changed. Subtle. But enough. Where did you get this? He asked. I didn't answer. Because he already knew. It's your father's house, I said quietly. Transferred to your name. 6 months before he was admitted. Silence. And the medical authorization, I continued. You signed everything alone. Nothing. You didn't just leave him there, Daniel. Now he looked at me. Really looked. Cold. Calculated. I did what was necessary. No guilt. No regret. Just a decision. I nodded slowly. Then stepped back. Then I'll do what's necessary too. His eyes narrowed. What does that mean? I held his gaze. For the first time without hesitation. It means, I said quietly, you're not the only one who knows how to finish something. I picked up my bag. Walked toward the door. Not angry. Not broken. Just clear. Because this wasn't about saving anyone anymore. It was about choosing who I was willing to stand beside. And who I wasn't.